Hi, so there hasn't been a video of Cryo Impact in a while, and I thought that it would be a really good idea to make an episode with this new event because I really liked it and it's really cool. And I've been thinking that, oh, I should do this thing while it's still relevant, and then I ended procrastinating for 2 whole weeks. So that's why the video is coming out just now when the event is basically about to end. Anyway, yeah, we're going in with Eula, Aloy, Diona, and Rosaria because I'm not sure why, honestly. Well, I kinda can get away with just picking whoever I want, as long as I make sure to keep Chi-Chi and Diona available at all times, just so I have a healer in case of emergency. Although, as you will see later, I will completely forget to do that and I will have to do some stages without a healer at all. So yeah. Also, this is my second attempt at recording this, because when I recorded it for the first time, for some reason the video and audio got completely desynced, so I just had to re-record everything, so that was fun. It totally did not kill my motivation at all.
I condemn you! Can't handle your drink! Huh? Where's that? This is a new one!
I'm not sure if that Aloy burst even hit that Geo Bishop, now that I'm looking at it.
Shudder! Think you can bully me? The hunt is on!
Well, 22k, that's not... I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible considering that it's Aloy. Oh, she had a potential to be pretty cool and fun, but they just made her so bad, honestly. It's sad because I actually kinda like her. This might be an unpopular opinion because whenever I browsed Reddit and Twitter, I saw most people were pretty negative about Aloy, and I don't really get it why. I guess it's because a crossover, as I saw some opinions that she ruins immersion because she's not supposed to be here. But on the other hand, isn't that important, honestly? If we're talking about immersion, then Aloy doesn't ruin it anymore as, the usual team members that you have in your party, because canonically it's just Traveler and Paimon traveling together and there's no one else accompanying them, except for story quests, when for example Yelan joins you for her story quest. But other than that, just Traveler and Paimon are alone, so if you're not playing just Traveler only, then I don't think you get to talk about immersion, honestly. But yeah, it's a shame that Aloy got kinda shafted. She didn't even get an event or anything. That was a bit weird. Well, hopefully, whenever we get more, crossover characters, if we ever do, then they will be treated a bit better. I don't really have much experience with, Honkai, because I know there have been, 3 crossovers in total, but, only 2 of them got characters, and I only got to experience the latest one, which was the, crossover with Genshin, so Fischl became a playable character in Honkai. And Kuching as well, but Kuching was like event exclusive, while official is like available at all times.
Cryo
But from what I know, there was like another crossover with like this anime series, Evangelion, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. Honestly, I don't know.
Take your true
And there was this girl, Asuka, I think. Like, she has like red hair or whatever. And there was like a whole story event about it, and she was playable for like... Well, you could get her kinda like Aloy, like you would be able to get her for a limited time, and then like she would never return again, so unfortunately I missed that. But from what I know, the Honkai community is like the reception of the crossovers in Honkai was a lot better than in Genshin. So like I hope that I hope the situation with Aloy doesn't like discourage Hoyoverse from doing more crossover characters in the future, because I think it's just really fun. Like even though I care a lot about like the story and the lore in Genshin and Honkai, I don't really care about crossover characters themselves. Like they don't create some negative experience when it comes to the story for me.
Unleash.
So I don't know. I just hope we get more stuff, honestly. Well, I have been rambling about like stuff instead of like talking about the gameplay here. But honestly, I'm not sure if like there's much to say about the gameplay. Like, I guess this is just like an episode of me rambling for 12 minutes straight, and there's like gameplay in the background.
Manifest.
Well, I guess
Do your master's bidding.
I can give some thoughts about this event. I really enjoyed it. Like, when I first played it just on my own to clear it for rewards and stuff, I thought it was really enjoyable, although I wish there was like an even higher difficulty setting, because, you know, I've been playing this game since it came out, and I haven't missed a single day, so my account is pretty stacked, and like my characters obviously deal a lot of damage, as you can see on the screen, and like even the highest difficulty setting is like still kind of easy for me, and like I wish I had the option to challenge myself a bit more, because like I am already handicapping myself quite a bit, because, you know, I'm playing with only cryo characters. I don't get to abuse reactions or powerful supports like Bennett or Kazuha. Like, basically the only thing I can rely on is how strong every single individual character is. So, like, when even in a situation like this, like, I'm not facing many difficulties, then, you know, it would be nice to be able to, like, do something a bit more difficult, you know? But I guess it's like hard to do that, because like what can they realistically do? Like, I think the most they can do is just like increase the stats of enemies even more, but that's like a boring way to do that. Like, they would need to actually make something more mechanically challenging, and like I'm not sure if they are willing to do that at this point in time or in general. Because, like, Genshin isn't, like, particularly difficult when it comes to, like, gameplay itself. I think, like, the most of the difficulty of this game comes from just, like, how much knowledge you have about the game. Because if you know the game really well, like, if you understand, like, the damage formula and, like, you have a good idea about like what every character does, and you can come up with like teams that have good synergy, then that already like covers a lot of ground for you. And like after that you just kinda like level up your equipment and talents and weapons and get some like decent artifacts, and then your characters are like, they should be strong enough to deal with most of the content without like much trouble. So like I just kinda wish that there would be like something like that's really difficult, you know? Because right now the most difficult thing in the game we have is Spiral Abyss floor 12, and I mean it is like kinda difficult, but in a sense that it's just like a DPS check, because you need to clear it in like less than 3 minutes, so it just checks how much damage you can deal and how fast you can do that. And like that's kinda boring, honestly, but I guess that's what Abyss is going to be forever, because like I'm not sure if they are like ever going to change it drastically. And like honestly, even like if you can't get 36 stars in Spiral Abyss, I think that's okay. Like if you can get 33 stars, which is very doable in my opinion, even with like not great artifacts and stuff. And like honestly it's not too bad, because you're only missing out on like 50 primo gems, and that's nothing. Like even over the span of a whole patch, which is like 6 weeks, so 3 Spiral Abyss resets, that's 150 primo gems that you would miss. That's not even one full wish, so like I don't know, it doesn't seem like a big deal. I feel like I'm jumping from one topic to the other without much like thought or sense. Like I mean I hope that what I'm saying makes sense, but I feel like it doesn't make sense. But if it does kinda make sense to you, then you can let me know in the comments if you're even watching it up until this point. Anyway, yeah, we're bullying Primo Geo Bishop. Beautiful iframe with Aloy's bursts. I'm not sure what else I can say here. But yeah, like this event is really fun. I like the structure of it. It kind of reminds me of like this roguelike event, the Labyrinth Warriors, I think it was called. Like I liked the Labyrinth Warriors in principle because it was like a roguelike event with randomly generated floors and random enemies. But what I didn't like about that event is that it was once again kinda too easy, you know, because like they are trying to make the events balanced so pretty much anyone can participate and get most of the rewards. But unfortunately, like for me, like a veteran player, it was just kinda too easy. And like considering you would get like insane buffs for clearing the challenges, then it made the whole thing even easier. And I honestly don't remember if you had the like, if they gave you the option to just not take the buffs. And like another thing I didn't like about it is that like the exploration part was pretty lame. Like the time it took to travel between one chamber to the other was sometimes longer than the combat like part itself. Oh, by the way, I really love this like plunge. I love those plunge buffs in this event because it lets me do like fun stuff like Eula just jumping around and plunging. I think it's really fun. Like, I had so much fun doing this. So yeah, the problem with that event was that it took too much time to get between one chamber to the other. And that's why I like this event a lot more, because it's like a lot shorter path to go through. Like, because here you just kinda go into the portal and you're done. Oh, here comes the part where I just bully this agent with Diona. Like, I decided that I won't leave until I kill him with Diona, and I just... This is so silly. She's doing no damage at all. Like, even with a crit she hits for like 1k and a half. This man just got bullied in the worst way possible. So I'm not sure what to say next. Like, I kinda ran out of topics, honestly. Just I'm just kinda watching what's happening on the screen. Like, I set up a big nuke with Eula, and then I got like electrocharge reaction just kinda screwed me over when I was jumping. Like, when I was playing this and that happened, I got so frustrated for a second because it was so annoying, and I thought that Eula would die, but fortunately she didn't, she survived. And wow, we're like already doing the last chamber. Just like trying to think of what buffs to pick. I guess I should try playing this without the buffs if I like want to make it a bit more difficult for myself. But honestly, like, I feel like my characters are just so strong that even without the buffs I would clear this. Like, it wouldn't be difficult, it would take me a little longer to clear this, obviously, but like, I wouldn't really have difficulty with doing so, you know?
Access denied.
Like, I guess this is also like... I guess this also connects to the way Cryo Impact works in Abyss. Oh, here I just misclicked, as you can see. But it kinda ended up working out because they all got in range anyway. So earlier today I finally recorded like Cryo Impact in Abyss, because I haven't done that in a while. Woohoo, procrastination. And like, I knew that I wouldn't be able to clear it too well because floor 12 is just stacked with so many cryo shields and like cryo auras, and like, obviously, like, in a team with just cryo characters, I don't have a way to deal with that. Like, the only thing I can do is just like beat the shit out of the shields with Chongyun and Eula, because claymores like deal some extra damage to shields.
Transfiguration.
You know, like, I think that I would be able to clear Abyss with all stars consistently using Cryo Impact, if only there were no like gimmicks such as like those monuments that put the cryo aura on enemies. Because like, that is such a brick wall, and like, I just have no way of like taking that aura away, because you just need to use elements to do that. And like, for the rules of this challenge are that I just use only cryo characters, so I can't cleanse the cryo aura with Electro or Pyro or even Geo or Anemo. So like, it ends up just being a big brick wall that I can't handle. And like, I guess you will see it in the like next Abyss video, because I only need to put it together and just put it on YouTube. So that should come out like in a few days or so. Like, hopefully tomorrow. I think I will try my best to like get it released tomorrow. Here I'm just standing and just letting the burst do the thing. Yeah, and that's like the whole thing. The episode is finished. So yeah, I guess this is the part where like the end card comes in, so thanks for watching and bye.